You too. What's going on? It's your boy Young Link Jr. So rapper Ti, man, he went through an interview, apologies, and during this podcast when he made a statement that he made a stern decision that he's gonna allow his daughter to take pretty much virginity tests every year, through his gynecologist, and it's pretty much, a lot of people in article and so they was writing stating that well, Ti is violating her right. She's a woman. She's 18 years of age. She should choose to do what she wants with her body. And me personally, as a parent, even though I'm not a parent, but I'm just trying to just put this in a male perspective, you probably just protecting her from actually just having not only just having sex, just producing a child out of wedlock, and in a potential way for her that's going to destroy her career as far as like her majoring in some type of topic or some type of subject in college. And you got a lot of women that actually fall into that trap. Now I'm just saying that because if you become a single mother you're not going to be successful. No, but it does make it very little hard and difficult if you don't have that standard man, or you're not bringing in a child into the family with a two-parent household that's really on the same page. And I just think that subconsciously Ti is protecting his daughter from that. I mean, specifically, he's getting all the attention. I mean, he's been on this political reign. There's a lot of things that goes on. Now, I believe this is just like a stern discipline. It's just not nothing that I don't believe he was gonna, hey, you're not gonna have sex and anything, because God did say to reproduce, produce, and multiply. Be fruitful and multiply, and all the days of this earth. And I do believe that family is the oldest institution on this planet, and this is why Satan attacks it. I kind of stated in my other videos, but what Ti is doing, I don't think this is really wrong. This is not really bad parenting. Now, through controlling her hymen, hymen, those know, that's pretty much a little membrane that's located in the woman's vagina. It has the potential to really just close his passageway, and traditionally it's mark of a sign of virginity. And according to like professional doctors, they were saying that, well, even though when parents make this coherent type of decision allowing their children to actually take yearly virginity tests, is protecting from diseases, and on top of that too, just regulate their sexual activity. See, they're not even being sexually active. I think he just want his daughter to really start focusing more on her academics, and instead of just of course her hormones are racing and she want to reproduce, but at the same time maybe he has a goal for her, like, hey, set her down. When you graduate from college, then boom boom boom, then you get this going, has certain money set aside, then you can go ahead and find you a man and have sex and get married, or just do this the right way. I just really think it is, and I think a lot of people may be throwing this out of proportion, but as a father, man, this is something that you want for your children. You want your children to have a better life than you did, not to make the same mistakes that you did. I mean, you can't really continuously control them, because that's not a good way, because they still have to live their life. Everyone has to path their own way, so according to the 48 laws of power, it says before is a great man's shoes. I mean, you can analyze them, you can kind of follow them, but at the same time, life is different, man. We all have a purpose since we were born, man. Since we were knit together in our mother's womb, we have a purpose, man. So at the end of the day, I just feel like, Ti is really not controlling her. This is just my personal opinion, just a way to protect her from just various things that the world may attack her with, So, I mean, at the end of the day, the gynecologists, they just, examine the reproductive system of the female, and just pretty much see if she just pretty much healthy. I mean, at the end of the day, especially in Atlanta, man, it's like one of the number one nation in America as far as like leading with AIDS and syphilis. It's a lot of unnecessary things that's going on over here, because people are just utilizing sex as a tool and not utilizing it as a way to just to procreate with your spouse. And we just gotta pretty much get away from, we getting away from that. And a lot of kids are just growing up here, which is not a father, or not a good stable mother in the household, and that continuously carries a vicious cycle. Like 70% of the black community in family households is just lead by single mothers, and it's just pretty bad, man. In a way, man, it's just hard to really be economically successful when you continuously do the same thing over and over again. So that's pretty much on that tip. Ti may be a little insane, and he was just like, hey, you're not gonna have sex at all, I don't want you to have a family. Now that's just completely crazy. I mean, I believe that she has her own right state of mind to make her own decisions, but this just pretty much to start her in the right path at the end of the day. So I could be wrong though, but this whole Hymen thing, man, I mean, Ti, it's when you're in your shoes when you want to protect your daughter from a lot of these stuff, man. I mean, you just pretty much got to do what you can, necessarily. I mean, this is your offspring, and part of being a man is being a protector and being a provider. That's extremely important. But that's pretty much what I really have to say. I'm gonna go ahead and close on here. You guys tell me what you guys think, man. Let's have a discussion here in the comment section. I mean, do you think like T.I.'s Hymen thing is controversy is really ridiculous, man? Is this gonna destroy her potential relationship between him and his daughter? You guys tell me what you guys think, man, because this is a huge discussion. I don't know if I'm not a woman. I want to hear women's perspective on this too, man. At the end of the day, man, I mean, I don't think this is gonna really prevent her from having sex anyway. I mean, it's just a way that maybe because he's a celebrity and he just said this on an interview. I don't think he really went too in detail the steps and why he decided he got inspired for her to like, hey, just take a virginity test each and every single year. And even if she find out that she was sexually active through the doctor, what's he gonna do? Disown her? So we don't know about the whole sentiments of this whole situation, man. Here, he just made a statement here on the podcast, though. But that's all I really have to say, man. I mean, it's probably other people who actually did this, man. They're not as famous as T.I., so of course this is not going to be in the national media. But I don't know, man. I don't think he's really a controlling father. I don't think there's really no disrespect to a woman. It's just probably just a way just to really just set some ground rules. Like, hey, I just want you to focus on this and that. And then, when you find your man, then boom, you can do what you want to do. You can have a village. And that's a beautiful thing. Just do this the right way. But I don't know, man. That's all I got to say. I'm out. Deuces.